This place is super eerie right now. Everything is closed. I don't know, it's just like a sight that you would never think to see here at Whistler.
Heaps of people losing their jobs, mountains closed, so a good portion of the whole workforce has been forced to have to go home because there's no other way of making money.
So she was just told on Friday, yeah, you don't have a job now.
It's just a massive bummer more than anything else. Just ending out of the blue with, very little warning. It's a massive shock.
Like, the best thing we can do right now, if Justin Trudeau can listen to me, please put this country on lockdown.
All right. How's it going, everybody? We are currently here in Whistler, and this is during the notice that we were told that the mountain is being closed until the 22nd, which will continue until they decide it is okay to open again. And it's because of this coronavirus that's going around. And right now I am in the heart of the Whistler Village, walking around and just seeing how quiet and dead it is. And as we're walking around, we've came across lots of stores that are permanently closed until further notice. And yeah, it's like a weird feeling. It's like Whistler is a ghost town right now, and it is very different and very strange to see, because this is like one of the biggest ski mountains in the world to visit, especially for tourism. So just having no tourism here right now and everyone packing up and basically like leaving is like, it's a weird feeling. I don't think we've experienced before, especially here at Whistler, where like 90% of the people that visit here are tourists, and a lot of the businesses here that are here rely on that tourism to come and support them. So just walking around, it's quite sad just seeing all these businesses close, small business owners closing and having to shut down their shop until further notice, as well as staff and basically having to lay off their staff because they don't have work, shortening hours, that kind of thing. Also people that have to support their families, as well as people that don't actually live here, that are here on a work vacation, like Australia or England. A lot of times they come here to Whistler to work for like a gap year or whatever, and just having that taken away from them and having to leave early, it's all happening like very, very quickly. So yeah, we're just walking around the village right now and just getting a sense of like what's going on as it happens day to day. And right now this is just after the mountain closed the day after, and it's already just people packing out and leaving. So Lululemon's closed, Starbucks is closed. This shop behind me right now, there's a sign on the door, it says it's closed permanently. Yeah, I feel like it's just going to keep happening throughout the week, and stores are just going to slowly go to business. So we're going to go around and try to talk to some people and just see their thoughts on how it's affecting them as locals, and yeah, just see their opinion on it and see.
We all come out here every year, come from all over the world, and it's just a massive bummer more than anything else. A lot of us, we sort of leave jobs, we leave university degrees, just come and have a good time, and it all suddenly just ending out of the blue with, very little warning. It's a massive shock. It just sort of, yeah, it's just a massive bummer.
Yeah, with the whole corona thing, it's not good. Heaps of people losing their jobs, mountains closed, so a good portion of the whole workforce has been forced to have to go home because there's no other way of making money. All the small businesses are struggling. It's like everyone at the moment who lives here is going to be struggling for money for the next 2-3 months until things start to settle down again. Like, all the hotels are pretty much closing down. Like the Four Seasons, I'm pretty sure, have closed down. Pan Pacific's has closed down. Like, a lot of the major hotels have closed down as well over the past couple of days.
This place is super eerie right now. Everything is closed. I don't know, it's just like a sight that you would never think to see here at Whistler. Oh man. Seems like people are still enjoying the day though. Some people tobogganing, trying to make the most of it, but this is kind of like the start of it. I mean, the mountain closed yesterday, so everyone's kind of packing up and figuring out what they're going to do next. It's 5:30 right now, which is like dinner time. So this is like mountain closed. People are coming for appies, and just no one is here. You can see here, this store over here is closed permanently. We regret to inform you that we will be permanently closing this location today on March 16th. So yeah, as you can see, this is like really affecting a lot of businesses and small business owners that live here. So we'll see. Hopefully people as well, like people that live here, rent is really expensive. And so people that actually live here in the village or around the village, they're spending up to, one person was telling me, they're spending around $1,000 just for a room in a house, and that's per month. So imagine being out of work and not knowing where to go, living here as a local for however long you have, and having to pay $1,000 a month and not having a job and having to sort out and figure out what your next plan is, as well as now with these borders closing.
Where to start? We got told probably 2-3 days ago that it was rumours at that stage that it was all going to shut up and we're going to lose our jobs and everything because we work for the mountain. And then it was sort of like we were reassured that it wasn't going to go that way. They were going to stay open because people have holidays and stuff booked here. And then we got the email and it went out to everyone, which changed everything because pretty much effective. As soon as we got the email, we lost our work, which for us meant we're in staff housing. They've given us a week's grace, but they've told us like you're going to have to start paying again or move on. So for us, that just meant what happens next. If you're coming in the country from wherever around the world, it's straight up quarantine. So I mean, even that is sort of another reason we don't want to go home, because it won't be like a satisfying like, oh, we're home. It'll be like, oh, we go lock ourselves in the room for 2 weeks.
Just 1 week ago, I just had 2 jobs here. I had a life, I was skiing, it was amazing, and then from one day to another day it was just closed, and now I lost my jobs here, 2 of them. I mean, it's obviously makes sense and I can't stay here anymore. So yeah, and tomorrow I'm going home and it's really upset. Like, I don't know, I guess there are no words for that because I'm really, really heartbroken. It feels like I'm really empty from inside, you know what I mean? And yeah, nothing else anymore. I'm just heartbroken. There are no words for that to leave this place. Like, nobody will understand how it is to leave Whistler and coming back home to Germany, being isolated there for 2 another weeks, and yeah, being stuck with your parents and home in your room. It sucks after what I experienced here in Whistler. Yeah.
What you guys don't know is that Whistler, most of the people are not from here. So then, like, as a Canadian person, I'm like more foreign here in Whistler than the foreign person here in Canada. So it's very sad because half my friends are leaving, and like, you know, we're all like, all the people that are staying, we're trying to like bump each other up, you know, like making new friends. Like, we keep on asking, like, when you meet somebody, the first thing they ask you is like, are you leaving or are you staying? Because everybody just like left out of fear. And the border's closing. Some people went for vacation back home and they wanted to come back. They're not coming back. Justin Trudeau did the press conference and he closed the borders, so she can't come back because she's Australian.
My mom, and I was like, you need to come home because it's getting worse. And I didn't want to believe that. I was like, Mom, I was laughing. I was like, no way. I stay here. There's no way to come home. But then after one day, things changed really quickly. And then I realized I need to go home because I lost my job. And then I was calling my mom again and was crying. I was sitting in a bus. I can remember I was sitting in a bus and my heart was kind of jumping out of my body. I was like, oh my God, I really need to go home. I realized that because all people around me are going home as well. Yeah. And then I realized I need to, and I was crying the whole time. And I was like, Mom, I come home. And then actually I wanted to go at Wednesday because I just wanted to spend my time here. But Washington is completely in a lockdown right now as well, like in a shutdown. So I was like, Mom, I need to come home earlier because I'm afraid that I can't go back anymore. And if this is a case, I'm stuck here in Whistler, I have no jobs anymore, and can't afford my rent, and it's gonna be sucks. Like, and not to see your family as well. Like, I need to go, but there are no words. There are no words.
Like, the best thing we can do right now, if Justin Trudeau can listen to me, please put this country on lockdown. Please put us in lockdown. Like, I'm outside right now, but it is just because, like, we're not on lockdown. But if we're all in lockdown, I think it's going to prevent a lot of things from happening. Here in Whistler, there's, like, really no cases. But it's just, you know, because people come and do tourist stuff here. Yeah, I think we should just all go on lockdown for a while. And, you know, and then afterwards go get checked after the lockdown. Everybody should get checked.
I come definitely back. As soon as the border is opening again,
Yeah.
I'm back in Whistler. Whistler. I need to. There's no way to stay in Germany anymore after you went to Whistler. It's a magic place. It really sucks, yeah.
One thing I noticed on the mainstream news is you see a lot of politicians and people talking about what's happening and the effects that are happening, but what you don't see is how it really is affecting the people in the community and people that are living day to day with this stuff. So just going around and talking to people on the streets and just like hearing people's conversations and hearing them talk about how they're being laid off from work and just like very, very short notice. So it's really affecting a lot of people. Like the people we were just talking to there, they just got the news today that they're being laid off and they're having to fly home tomorrow. So yeah, in a couple days they're packing up their stuff. They've been here for 2 years and they're having to fly back to the UK because there's no work. And what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to pay thousands of dollars for a room to live here when they don't have a job and nothing's going on. It's a hard time for a lot of people. So yeah, I think you see a lot of stuff in the news where what it's affecting and what's happening, but you don't really see it from a person's perspective and how it's affecting their family and having people how they're able to live, because this is only the start of it right now and it's already affecting people tremendously. I'm just imagining people that own small businesses that are having to close, people that have families, people that have mortgages, people that literally just are living paycheck to paycheck and just having their jobs and their life like ripped away from them because of this virus that's going on is it's heartbreaking and it's just tough. It's tough because no one wants this, obviously, and we're all hoping that it's just happening for a short period of time, but even this short period of time is affecting a lot of people. So yeah, everyone's just playing it day by day and we're just seeing what happens. So